Can you hear?
Hello? Yes.
Okay. Right. So we look at this G. G is this one. Right? So we try to draw sketch the graph. Why the tools cannot come out? Okay. So G is x plus 3. X plus 3 equals to 0. So x equals to -3. So x equals to -3 will be like this. Right? The axis of symmetry is here. X equals to -3. Then you see that the +7 here. +7 means from here you move up 7 steps. So this will be 7. Okay. Then when you expand the equation, the function, then you see that it's a -2. So it cuts the y-axis at -2. So the curve will be like this. It's also like this. Okay. Draw nicely as a curve. Like that. Okay. So we see that there are 2 points of intersection here. There are 2 points of intersection, right? So 2 points of intersection, you must solve this equation to find the point of intersection. So using the formula 3 plus 2 point something. So this will be -0 point something, right? -3 minus 2 point something. So this is -5 point something. So we have this curve like this now. Cut at -5 point something, -0 point something, and on the y-axis, -2. So the curve is like this. What is the minimum point? Can you tell me? A maximum point. This one is not minimum. This is maximum point, the highest.
Um,
How much? The coordinate.
mm, -3, 7.
Correct. -37. What is the maximum value? Not minimum. This is maximum value. Which number?
7.
7. Correct. Okay. So this thing is complete. We know the maximum value is of the function is 7. The maximum point of the graph is -37, where they cut the x-axis, where they cut the y-axis. So this is complete. Okay, to copy this, then we proceed to number last one, the H. Copy the graph. Finish.
Yes.
Okay. So now we look at the last one. The last one is this uh, x minus 4 equals
H,
to,
I got send
huh?
send the WhatsApp.
Oh, you have sent to the WhatsApp. Oh, um, okay. This one is -4, then -2, where they cut the x-axis. X-axis they don't cut, correct. Where they cut the y-axis, y-axis is
Uh, 14.
negative 14 ni, negative negative 18 because both also negative. Negative 16, negative 2 is negative 18, right? So your graph is correct except this point. This point also correct. Minimum point is 4, maximum point is 4, negative 2. No cutting of the x-axis, but cutting of the y-axis is negative 18. Negative 18. Okay, this point here is negative 18. Can follow so far?
Can.
Okay. So can I clear off? You just add this point with
Yes.
negative 18. Clear, huh?
Mm.
Okay, clear. Then this one, delete. Okay, right. Okay. Now, if you look at what we have been doing so far, how to sketch the graph of a quadratic function. Now, the quadratic function normally is like this one. Normally is like this. Normally is like this. It is not in this form. It's not in this form. So if it is in this form, how are we going to draw? Unless we know how to change from this form to this form. Unless we know how to change from this form to this form. So the process of changing from this form to this form is called completing the square. It's called completing the square. So I'm going to show you how to complete the square. How to complete the square. Okay. So we look at two functions. Okay, we look at this function here. No, not this one. We start with the simpler one. This one. Okay. This is the one. No. Again, this one. It should be this. Okay. So this process of changing is called the uh, completing the square, right? Okay. We look at the simple quadratic function in the general form, ax squared plus bx plus c. The value of a here is 1. The value of b is negative 4. And the value of c is negative 1. Right? So the quadratic function in this form, I have to change to this form. So how to change from this form to this form so that I can sketch the graph. So I'm going to explain to you step by step, right? Now you look at the term, the first term involving x squared. The number in front of x squared is actually 1. This is the easiest type. The number in front is 1. This is the easiest type. Okay, what you need to do is you look at these first two terms here. Okay, the last term Don't care about the last term, right? Now, these two terms, you are going to change it to square form. Now, how to change? You write down bracket, put a bracket there. The x, you write down x squared, you write down x. Here it is -4. -4, you divide by 2. Then it is -2. So this become this one become this. Okay, no? You put them inside a bracket, then you put a square there. Then this thing is not the same as this. This thing, these two terms, is actually like this, 3 terms, become 3 terms. You have to minus the number inside here, square. I say if it's 2, then you have to minus 2 square. Then the last number, you just copy back the same. No need to change. Okay, so I'm going to type what are the steps. Step number 1. What must you do? Step number 1, you make the square bracket. Make the square bracket. How to make the square bracket? You make the square bracket by using the number b here. You use the number b. The b is -4. So you use the number b, then you divide by 2. You divide by 2. Divide by 2. So when this -4 here, divide by 2, you get -2. Okay, then you put them inside the bracket, the square bracket. Okay, then step number 3, you have to minus this number square. This number square. What is this number? This number is actually b over 2. You must minus the b over 2 square. Minus the b over 2 square. Okay. Minus, not good. Here. Minus the b over 2 square is this one. Minus b over 2 square. Then this number you just copy down. That's all. So altogether, there are 3 steps. First step, you create the bracket, make the square bracket, square. How to put, what to put inside here? This is x squared, you put x. Always put x, this one, always put x. Then this one, you divide by 2, then you put inside here. If -4, you divide by 2, then it becomes -2. So already divide by 2. Then you have to minus this number here. The 2 here, you minus the 2 squared. Then this one you copy down. Can follow or not? Do you know how to complete the square?
Yes.
Yes. So you remember these 3 steps here. Now, then this square, the bracket, the square bracket, you just copy. Then this one will be -4 minus 1. -4 minus 1 will be -5. So now I can draw the curve. I can draw the curve. Can you tell me what is the axis of symmetry? Yeah, this one from here. What is the axis of symmetry?
2,
The axis of
positive 2.
symmetry is
+2.
Ah, correct, +2. So this is the axis of symmetry, and it is called x equals to 2. Then this is the starting point. Where should I go? Up or down?
Down 5
Go
step,
down how many steps?
5 step.
Ah, correct, 5 steps. Go down 5 steps means -5. So this curve is U-shaped or N-shaped?
U.
U-shaped. So I from here, like that, go up. And from here, curve and go up. So I want to know what is this point here? -1. See the C here? -1. And these 2 points, you have to solve this equation. Solve this equation. So how to solve this equation? Minus B. Minus B plus or minus B square is 4. Minus 4, A is 1, C is -1. Divided by 2. So this is 4 plus or minus square root of 8 divided by 2. This is 2 plus or minus square root of 2. So 2 plus square root of 2, 2 minus square root of 2. Something wrong here. Huh? B square. B square is 16, sorry. B square is 16. 16 plus 4 is square root of 20. So it's plus or minus square root of 5. Okay, square root of 5. So here will be 2 plus square root of 5. This point here will be 2 minus square root of 5. 2 minus square root of 5 is -0 point something. Okay, so this is how you sketch the graph. But the most important thing is how to complete the square. These 2 terms, you use these 2 terms, the first 2 terms, to create the square bracket. Right? So you put x minus, what is the number here? -4. Divide by 2, -2. Then you have to minus this number, the number you have written there, -2, right? So you take this number, you square. So you minus the number square. So -2 square. This number you copy down. So that is how you complete the square. Right? After completing the square, you can draw. So now, can you complete the square for this one? Okay. So I guide you, huh? So I guide you. Never mind. Before I continue with this one, you go through the steps here one more time and see whether you know what to do or not. If cannot, then you ask me before I
And
show you this. So far, any question?
no.
No. So now I ask you, what to do here.
Mm.
I ask you what to do here. Okay, right. So take these two, then I'm going to make the bracket here. I put x square, I put x. Always this one always x. Then here, what is the number you look for?
5x.
Positive 5. What must you do with the positive 5?
Uh,
Positive
divide
5,
2.
what must you do?
Divide 2.
Correct. So positive 5 divided by 2 is positive 5 over 2. Wow, very easy. Sudah dapat. Right? You already get the square bracket. But you have to minus something there. What must you minus? Okay.
Minus 5. 5 divide 2.
5 over 2 square. Right? Then this number you copy down. If it's plus, then you put plus 10.25. Okay. Then 10.25. So this is actually completed the square already, right? Completed the square. So you just need to simplify this. Then look for the axis of symmetry. Look for this is the U shape. So you look for the minimum point, right? So can you continue from here? You try. You continue from here, uh, add up these two numbers, then you draw the graph, right? You finish, then you WhatsApp me the answer.
Mm.
Got not? Okay.
On 3.
Okay. Wait, I write down the correct one first. Okay, this is 5. Okay, let me see. Uh, okay. You don't expand anymore. You expand, then you get back the original one. You don't expand anymore. You don't expand. Okay. Now you you don't expand anymore. This is the answer really. You don't go and expand back. This is x plus 2.5 square minus 2.5 square is 6.25. 6.25 plus 10.25 or 75. 10.25. 10.25. Okay. So it's 10.25. 10.25. So this one will be x plus 2 point, very difficult to control the mouse. 2.5 square. These two you add together is positive 4. So when you want to draw, it will be like this. This one is negative 2.5. Negative 2.5. Move up 4 steps. This will be 4. Okay. Then because it's a minimum U shape, so U shape will be like this. Okay. Where will it cut the not this. Hey, okay. Here. Huh? Here. Okay, it'll be like this. U shape. So somewhere we will cut the x-axis. This point will be the original one. The original one is 10.25. So this is 10.25. So this is 10.25. Okay. So because it's a U shape, you will not cut the x-axis. You move up 4 steps, then you go up some more. So you will not cut the x-axis. Then you refer to the original equation, is 10.25. The C is 10.25. So the C is 10.25. So can you tell me what is the minimum point here? Negative
Negative 1.5.
2.5.
Eh?
Then
2.5, negative 4. Eh?
positive 4. Positive
Positive
4.
4.
Positive 4. What is the minimum value? Minimum value.
Negative
Ah,
2, 2.5.
No, this one, you see here, turun until the lowest point is 4. Then they go up again. This one is actually the horizontal position, not the up and down one. This is the up and down. So this is the lowest point, 4. So the minimum value is 4. When will this 4 happen? It will happen when the x is 2.5. Minimum value is 4 when x is negative 2.5. The minimum point is negative 2.54, one pair of values. But the minimum value is not referring to the x, because the x is moving left and right, so it's not the x. The minimum value is the y, the up and down. So minimum is, lowest point is 4. And the minimum value is 4. When will it happen? It will happen when x equals to 2.5. Okay, right.
Mm.
So if we look at the completing the square, so it will be like this, minus 2.205 squared. 2 over 5 is 25 over 4. This is 41 over 4. So when you add this together, it will be 4, positive 4, not negative 4. Now, another thing is, you see these two examples that I give you. Can I clear off this?
Yes.
Okay, clear the drawing. Now, if you look at you compare these two questions. You compare these two questions. This is x squared minus 4x. This is x squared plus 5x. Now, what is the difference when you have minus 4 and positive 5? So when you have negative 4, what is inside here is negative. When you have positive 5, what is inside the bracket is positive 5 over 2. Negative 4 become negative 2. Positive 5, positive 5 over 4. So the sign follow. Negative follow inside the bracket negative. If positive, inside the bracket also will be positive. Number 1. That is the difference. Now, whether it is positive or not, here is always minus the square. You see, even negative, you have to minus the square. Even positive, you have to minus the square, right? Why like that? Why both also must minus? Not follow here, here minus, then here minus, here plus, then here plus. No, not like that. It is always minus the b over 2 squared. Okay, the reason is because like this, you see that this x plus 2 minus 2 squared, right? X minus 2, then you must minus 2 squared. The reason is because when you expand the first bracket, you will get 3 terms. You will get 3 terms. You don't get only 2 terms, you don't get the 2 terms. When you expand the square bracket, you have 3 terms. And the extra term is 2 squared. So in order to make it back into this, I have to minus the 2 square here, so that these two can cancel off, and I get only minus 1. I get only minus 1. Okay, now? So I repeat now. The reason why I minus the 2 square here is because when I expand the bracket, there will be an extra 2 square there. So I have to minus the 2 square, then cancel back. That is the reason why I minus 2 square. Now here, I also minus 5 over 2 square. The reason is because when I expand this, I will get a 5 over 2 square there, positive 5 over 2 square. So there is a reason why I have to minus the 5 over 2 square to get back exactly 5x. Otherwise, I would have extra one term there. So this one is to get rid of the extra term from the bracket there. So it is always minus. Any questions so far?
No.
No, huh? This completing the square is quite difficult. Many